Ram. Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. What is to be shared? Morning, somebody asked something.
Somebody can continue the same topic, no?
No, somebody morning asked, then they said you can raise it in the Satsang. Somebody raised some point, in the morning, then we said, at the time of Satsang, you can mention it. What was that?
Would you like to ask any questions?
No, somebody asked, somebody.
And today,
This is another point we can discuss.
They also forgot.
Ramji, then we come back to the
Not them. Yes.
yes, you can tell. Yes, keep it here. Keep it here. Maybe can I ask something?
Yeah.
You can sit and ask.
Yeah.
One devotee who is If a particular devotee is following a particular path, he or she intellectually might be knowing that this path he has to follow till the end. But sometimes you don't have that conviction or inner, in the heart you don't. Sometimes it becomes shaky. So intellectually you know that understanding is there. Sometimes the conviction is not there. So how to overcome that particular situation?
It is normal practice that the intellect gathers a lot of information. And whenever there is any conflict, it will place before us. And we try to do that. But when we travel toward that, we find there is a blind and we cannot go. So that is why we have been asked to have this prayer. When the prayer becomes intense, kindly show me the path. I have been trying to follow what you gave me through my intellect, but it doesn't serve the purpose. That's what you make me feel. You make me feel that it is not serving the purpose. So why don't you please make it more simple? Because each one's method has to be unique. Because we are unique. So however much, in borrowing Papa's words, however great one may be, we cannot follow what somebody says. We can, to some extent, we try to follow. Then something will emerge in us, which will be unique. That is why we find the gurus are, no? If there is only one truth and one way, why should there be so many paths? So as many men, so many paths. So how can I know that? Only by trial and error. And with a prayer. A prayer plays an important role, especially when Papa, if you go through the inquest of God, you will find it is prayer, prayer, and prayer. Every time he communes with him, places his problem, and then gets intuitively the next step, which cannot be put in any words. It depends upon our own intensity. Ramana Bhagwans, or Sri Anandamayamas, or Papas, or Ramakrishna Paramahamsas, or Vivekanandas, or Ramtirthas, any saint, if you go through that, each one is given, ultimately the truth is one, but it is not given in the same way. So that immediately makes us to remember. And Papa clearly says that be the light unto yourself, and in your own original way, bring out the magnificence in you. Go in your own original way. So that original way I don't know. So I keep on trying. I am being watched whether I am trying. When I try for a few months, years, I am following. I may get some relative joy. After that, again, I am back to square one. I have not captured the cream. I get a glimpse, that's all. And by the time I get stabilized, my outer activities take me away. But I have faith that one day it will open up. That faith has to be renewed now and then through prayer. So we feel that prayer plays a very important role to know our own path. Nobody can define, because we are all unique. Even a guru cannot define. That is why you will find no shishya of a guru talks the same language. It is not copy paste. Absolutely not. Essence is one. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. Ekam sat. But it is given to us in different ways. So the only way to know ours is to we take guidance from the master. Now, for example, here Here Papa gives importance for the Nama chanting. Remembrance, sorry. He gives importance for remembrance through Nama chanting. Because Nama chanting, he says, that is the easiest, the easiness, not easiest, sorry. There is an easiness in the method. Because you can practice it anywhere, everywhere. No restrictions. You have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, you have to sit facing this, nothing like that. Anywhere, at any time, you can practice. That is the easiness. So he says, and from his own experience, as he went on doing it, he also found so many obstacles. So he tried whether it could be due to my mind occupying space on comforts. So he started denying so many things. We cannot copy that. Nobody will be able to copy that. And in 2 years' time, he could get stabilized. So he devised his own method. He did not go to any guru. He did not go to any, he did not have any studies, traditional Vedic studies. Everything he experimented upon himself and found out this is the path for him. That is why he was bold enough to say that each one's path has to be unique. Be the light unto yourself and in your own original way. This is the word he said. So we have to find out that by trial and error, by prayer. Their words will definitely have an influence in us. No doubt. The first thing is faith in the Nama. That comes because he has scaled the heights. So I will also scale the heights. He was also like a person like me, but he could do that faith. And prayer, so that at no time my intellect governs me or leads me. Intellect has stored a lot of ideas. We read, we attend, we hear. It has stored a lot of ideas. But when the question comes to my progress, it has limitations. To some extent, it will help. Otherwise, no. Easy to reproduce in a form like this, to tell somebody about it. But what about me? I have to devise my own. So the constant prayer to reveal that which is okay for me. Please, I am unable to do that.
We have seen like these saints and this thing, they renounce everything and they go like
That is right. But there are many who have not renounced and continue to do that. Many. Renunciation is not a must, but mental renunciation is a must. Outer renunciation is not a must. We have seen many. They have not even changed their dress. Mataji, for example, she did not even change her dress. She did not say sannyas. No. Papa, for a few years, though he took to this Garua, then he went back to the white cloth again. Sri Anandamayama did not change. Ramana Bhagavan did not change. Nisargadatta Maharaj did not change. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not change. So they continue to live in this. So it is not a mentally they were able to withdraw from all such things that will distract their attention. When the eyes look, we see as an object. We are carried away by the eyes to the object. So that means that action I cannot go inward. So self-denial could be a method by which I will be able to go inward. Not the self-denial by itself, no. That is why even after taking sannyas or living in a secluded place for decades together, progress is not there.
Non-attachment.
Non-attachment inside. You can possess things, but don't be possessive of it. We can handle, in ashram we handle so many things, But the mind will say, nothing is yours. So These are all some of the things that will open up. As we keep on doing it, it will open up. So to find out one's own path, we feel it has to be done by oneself.
How the so-called that fate plays the important role.
Faith. Because we know he
Not
has
fate.
fate.
F-A-T.
How does fate play a role?
Somebody says, no, this life is not for you like a yogi or a renunciate, you have to be like a householder, something like that.
In what way it is going to help us, if destined, that means that is your fate, means that is destined.
Yeah.
Okay. When we try to understand that we all attempt nowadays, nowadays for all these questions, nowadays what comes to our mind is, we did not do anything for our human birth. Did you? No. We did not do anything for our body. Did you? No. When we came from the mother's womb, we did not bring anything. These three things, suppose we ponder deeply. So there must be a power. And we are not like a mud. We are not like a inert, insentient matter, full of vibration, full of vibrant activity. Mind, body, mind, intellect, trillions of cells, so many things are there. So that means the power which has brought it must have some purpose. That is why in simple word we say, the master has got a master plan for our life. We have forgotten that. We think we can plan. The master has got a master plan. So please show me your master plan. I am unable to understand. That we can say. Because you gave me a sense of individuality and you did not make me aware that you have got a master plan, I started planning my life. And at a certain stage, you brought me in touch with a spiritual preceptor, and who says that only your will prevails. Slowly now I'm trying to accept that you have got a master plan for me. But whatever you can say, destiny, fate, whatever you can put that. But the truth is, the master has got a master plan for us. So we are trying to find out through our sadhana, what is the master plan for me? And then we are guided by the Guru's life and teachings, so many Guru's life and teachings. Every time we read something, we try to practice something. But ultimately, we may think that we are not reaching anywhere. Ultimate. What we have conceived as the ultimate. What he made us to conceive as the ultimate. It is still a distant reality. So then we again intensely pray, and our experience will definitely show that the guidance will come from within and also from without by keenly observing or contemplating on what he subjects us to get through. The same word in an Upanishad, the same word in a Bhagavad Gita, when you read 10, 15 years ago, it must be the same. It need not be the same now. That means internally, he has refined. You must have heard so many lectures, discourses. You must have read so many books. Still, it has not opened up. The intellect has stored certain things, that's all. Experience, no. But now, when we keep on praying, show me, the same word, that's why outside, not only inside, outside also, Papa's one word. Previously, when we were reading 20 years back, 30 years back, no. Literal meaning we knew. But the cream of it, he makes us to know later. And he is watching us whether we are steadily on that path. Commitment is there. If it is lukewarm, it will not be revealed. So the ultimate answer is one has to, when we try intensely, the guidance comes from both within and without. And it's unique. That also we should know. We also start thinking, There are about 200 and odd organs in our body. Each one is unique. Each one is doing different types of functionings. You know? What the eye does, the ear does not do. What the ear does, the tongue does not do. You know? Like that, you can say what the pancreas do, what the kidney, you know? Everything is different. But at the same time, all these things put together is the me. And each one, suppose, follows the same. There will be utter chaos. So uniqueness, how uniqueness unites our own life, no? That means the truth is one, but the approach is different. Me, the sum total of all these organs are one, agreed. But it exists because of the various functionings of the organs which are unique, not fighting each other. They are well coordinated. They are not self-centered. Even while hearing, you can see. Even while sensing, there's a coordination there. Beautiful. When a mosquito comes and sees the skin, immediately reports to the ground, do something. Oh, I'm hearing, I will not enter. No. Everybody is alert. When you feel thirsty, immediately you know the thirsty. I am thirsty. I need water. I can't hear. No. All these things, it performs beautifully, but at the same time, the one, it is in one whole. What do you call it? It's a part of the stupendous whole. Papa used to say, WHOLE. But unique, functioning uniquely. So similarly, our path may be unique. But one has to find out one's own path. Uddharet Atman Atmanam. One has to raise oneself by himself. Now we understand the meaning. Previously we were also reading. And we were just reproducing, that's all. But when I go through one, because somebody said, when I don't progress, then when I read this, when Bhagavan said, you have to do by yourself. Ultimately, it zeroes to that particular individual's effort. Until that individual pleads its inability, by myself I can't go further, please help me. You were telling about renunciation, no? In Papa's case, not that he followed any principle or order and renounced. Intuitively, God made him to think that when everything is yours, how can we say it is me and mine? And if it has to become stabilized in me, I should entirely rely on you and you alone. Nothing else I should rely. So why not I throw myself? Because I know the one hurdle for my spiritual progress is the me and mine. So in the second chapter, he will say that. So I will throw my fling. That was the beautiful word. You should fling away, throw yourself away. Then only we know that our reliance on him is total. We are all telling this, making provision for our comfortable living. Our Vedanta comes only after ensuring, not big, but basics. I won't say not big. We may not be depending upon an FD, but we may be depending upon some security, some form of security. But Papa's renunciation teaches us that it is not renunciation as it is normally understood from the tradition or convention. It is an intense yearning, intense urge to exclusively rely on him. And for that, he should. Then he was prompted to go through his books. Bhagavad Gita, that particular sloka came. Buddha Bhagavan's, that particular Jesus' words, all these things gave an impetus to him. Otherwise, no. Then he wrote a letter and just left. So when we start thinking about it, to him, renunciation is relying totally on him, who is our master. Keeping something, planning on something, and we say, Master, you are the master plan for me, I will not be able to know. So the relevance of my telling a master and a master plan will become a reality only when I totally rely on him. In Quest of God, second chapter.
Studying renunciation, second chapter.
Renunciation.
Down. Then guys to be friends. Yes, I'm the mouse. Mouse. No, escape. No, escape.
This should go.
Escape.
So I should. Oh, don't
No,
touch.
it's not touch screen.
Full screen. Enough.
Find the mouse.
O Ram, when thy slave finds thee at once so powerful and so loving that he who trusts thee can be sure of true peace and happiness, why should he not throw himself entirely on thy mercy, which can only be possible by giving up everything he called mine? Thou art all in all to thy slave. Thou art the sole protector in the world. Men are deluded when they declare, I do this, I do that, this is mine, that is mine. All, O Ram, is thine. All things are done by thee alone. Thy slave's one prayer. Thy slave's one prayer to thee is to take him under thy complete guidance and remove his I-ness. That is renunciation for him. The prayer was heard. He prayed. Not anything outside. He was not getting anything from outside. He felt, he was made to feel that the prayer has been heard. The prayer was heard. Ramdas's heart heaved a deep sigh. A hazy desire to renounce all and wander over the earth in the garb of a mendicant in quest of Ram wafted over his mind. Now Ram prompted him to open at random the book Light of Asia, which was before him. His eyes rested upon the pages wherein is described the great renunciation of Buddha, who says, for now the hour has come when I should quit this golden prison, where my heart lives caged, to find the truth, which henceforth I will seek for all men's sake until the truth be found. So like that he was prompted also. So guidance also comes from outside, but first comes from within. So when you say, how do I know my path? The only thing we can say from all these things, that we try whatever he makes us. Suppose we try to bring in the dimension that everything is coming from him, not from the intellect. That also could work. At the moment we feel, I know this, I have heard this, I have read this, that is how it's. Instead of that, God made me to know about this through that word. God made me to ponder. God made me to ponder. God made me to ponder. So that means the God dimension is slowly getting stabilized in us. And with that, just like Papa did, he was communing with God. And then he got this sudden. Why not I throw himself out? This is one aspect. Later on, he has also mentioned, why did he go back to the white clothes? So we cannot take this as, because Mataji did not do that. There was absolutely no change in her physical appearance. And she could also scale the heights. But her method was to accept everything as God's will, which everybody cannot do that. Intellect will keep on. She was able to, when have a total faith in the Guru, words of the Guru, implicit faith, and then going deep with him. So it all zeroes to this. Ultimately, we pray to him. Please show me. I am unable to. Because this question is raised by many people. How, when we say you cannot put yourself in somebody's shoes, and somebody asks, how do I know this is my shoe? And where is my shoe? So at the appropriate time, first of all, we will know that others' shoe will not suit. Because their background, their taste, their temperament, their aptitude, inclination, preferences, priorities, everything different from others. So naturally, a general prescription cannot help us. It should be an individual prescription. And one will get this. Surely one will get, because he is there, he is slowing down the revealment. Because we are not turning towards him. This is how we look at it. The moment we start turning towards him, the guidance comes from within. At the moment, we are searching for answers from outside. Whether it is Shastras, whether it is persons, even to some extent the gurus. Everybody cannot be Mataji. Those who are staying with a guru for a longer time, they also would not have. Many spiritual stalwarts with whom so many people were associating, but they could not scale the height. But these questions make us to turn inward. That is the role. That is why he is giving these questions. Otherwise, our tendency is to seek answer from outside. Because right from childhood, that has been our practice. Seeking answer from outside. Somebody said, we did not probe what does water contain. But when somebody declares it is H2O, we start repeating it. So, and that is stored in our heart. In a meeting, we will say H2O. That's all. But to the person who delved deep into and he started experimenting and found out, to him the experience is there. He's sharing with us. We get stuck with what has been told to us. We forget about the method he used to know this. He did it by himself, Newton could have sat quietly, an apple fell on him. It's all right. So many things fall. Why did it not go up? Why it came down? And started going deep. Gravitational force. All those things came out later. So that we concentrate on what he has revealed. But we hardly think about how he started functioning, how it came out. Not because of anything outside. It was purely an urge that welled up from within.
This is what we call as that real self.
He's asking
This real self.
In pursuit of. In Bhagavad Gita, he calls it as intelligence. Buddhir buddhivadamasmi. I am the intelligence of the intellect. The probing nature, the curiosity, the reflection. If something comes, you will not simply keep quiet. When a gooseberry, what do you call it, amla, to you and me, we use it, we eat it, we put up char, that's all. But to somebody, what is that? So he took the juice, analyzed, then he declared vitamin C. Everything, you take anything from the journey from the cotton to the dress, textile, technology. He could have kept quiet. So this is part of spirituality, this intelligence. But the intelligence is not from outside. Again, whether it is a material scientist or a spiritual scientist, all these things have come out from in his own guidance from within. First, the curiosity comes out. Then he arranges everything. Then perseverance. He makes him to fail. Perseverance helps. Patience helps. Commitment helps. And then finally he comes out. Not because of any. That is why every time nobody will be sure about the outcome. Even a true doctor will not boast that I have done this. We treat, he cures. That's what the doctor says. So everything has come from within. That point is very important for us. The chair, when there was no chair, there was nobody to guide. When there was no language, nobody to guide where from it came. So when we read Papa's words, then we try to understand. The second chapter gives us a lot of amplification. Normally, we read about sannyasa. We go and see this dress. Somehow why not I do that? Because if I do this, I may get realization. That's the first attempt. So each ashram, they may have their own traditions. In some Ramaksham Shiman, you have to become a brahmachari. You have to have certain qualification for a brahmachari. And then you go there. And then afterwards, the senior Swami will initiate him into the others. These are all set pattern. First standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not attain like this. Sharadamani Devi did not. Nor Vivekananda. This aspect is very vital. So that is why Papa used to say, if the inner prompting is not there, this outer form or outer change will not help much. That is why when he took sannyas, the one vow is, henceforth, this life will be entirely consecrated to the meditation and service of Ram. Not merely meditation, service of Ram. No other. all ladies will be looked as mothers. He will purely live on alms. These are non-conventional. These are the only three brothers he took. He himself put on the ochre robe. He renamed himself. Unlike the usual tradition. And he is before us. This life be henceforth entirely consecrated to meditation and service of Sri Ram. Strict celibacy will be observed, looking upon all women as mothers. Body be maintained and fed upon the food procured by Bhiksha, or on what was offered as alms. So all these point out to us that we cannot say that other path is wrong or right. This is how he felt it, that if you rely on the guidance from within, we get an assurance, through his life, that when we rely more and more on him inwardly, the guidance will come at the appropriate time. Not at the time, and there is no prerequisite. Ours is only to intensely pray for that. Just like he prayed, This is the path he has placed before us. And every path is varied because everything has been prompted by him. So each one has to choose whether the inner prompting has come or not. This is a very important point in the life of a sadhaka. And the answer cannot come from outside, the way in which we expect as an answer. Answer will be there, but it is not the answer directly to the point. It is approximating, then we have to travel. Some clues. That's all. We all used to feel that when we go through his teaching. He says God does not need an intermediary. God does not need an intermediary. So Shastras or Gurus or all these things are intermediaries. God does not need an intermediary. And in that particular letter he says somebody has asked him to bless, to pray for, sir, not bless, to pray for something. So if you think Ramdas, God can talk through Ramdas, he can talk through you as well, because you cannot accuse him of partiality. A beautiful word. Each one is unique. We are his children, so we have got direct access to him. We don't need an intermediary. And the last line is very, very, very touching. Switch on the wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? So the moment we are asking a doubt, that means we are outside, that means we are denying him in our heart. Very difficult for people who have been following certain traditions to accept it straight away. God does not need an intermediary. If you think God can talk through Ramdas, he can talk through you as well, because you cannot accuse him of partiality. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? That is why Puja Swamiji, when asked, Papa did not give any answer. He made him to go deep within and find the answer. So when Swamiji requested him, will you please reply when I send doubts, Ramdas will not reply. Then he made us to slowly realize he doesn't mean anything bad. He is not plugging the enthusiasm. He is not puncturing it. But at the same time, he wants him to rely more and more on the inner this thing. So when he came and stood before him and said, I am not interested in ashram life. I would like to lead a contemplative life. Papa did not give a lecture and said, you should be here, everything is there, God is everywhere. He did not. Oh, right. Go to Himalayas. Take sannyas and you go to Himalayas. So he went there, took sannyas and stayed there. When that era, that period was over, again he came back. Papa did not ask him to stay here. Everything, if you closely observe, you will find. Papa did not ask anybody to do anything. He placed before us what he has subjected to, or what he has gone through, and what he attained. Why, in order that because of our emotional or sentimental level bhakti towards his body and words, we might follow implicitly, then he mentioned it very clearly. Try to take that sadhana. Eh? No. Sadhana and sadhaka. You would not have heard. And go there, robot. F. When we have not heard the word robot, R-O-B-O-T. In 50s he has written this, just imagine. The moment we are thrilled, how beautifully he based. There is no other word that can convey like, otherwise you will become like a robot.
Human robot.
Huh?
Human robot.
No. The close panel. Full screen. That's what it is. The close panel.
Yes.
In the life of a adult spiritual aspirant, the best discipline for his advancement and ultimate realization is self-imposed discipline. Here, imitation and abject implicit obedience to the law set by anyone, however highly evolved he may be, will, instead of bringing into being an illumined individual, only produce a human robot without initiative, all its inner powers and beauty unexpressed, unrevealed. The keen aspiration for attaining the highest must be there. Contact with the divinely illumined personality must also be there. But the unfoldment of the hidden divine life and truth in the sadhaka must take place according to the nature and qualities of his inner and outer life and being. Very clear. And it gets authenticated by his very life. Not that he is belittling the importance of anything. This is the very nature, this is the very truth, because I am unique. In the life of the adult spiritual aspirant, the best discipline for his advancement and ultimate realization is the self-imposed discipline. Here, imitation and abject implicit obedience to the law set by anyone, however highly evolved he may be, will, instead of bringing into being an illumined individual, only produce a human robot without initiative, all its inner powers and beauty unexpressed, unrevealed. The keen aspiration for attaining the highest truth must be there. Contact with a divinely illumined personality must also be there. But The unfoldment of the hidden divine life and truth in the sadhaka must take place according to the nature and qualities of his inner and outer life and being. Very clear. Uniqueness. That is why even when the initiation takes place, people say we have taken directly from Papa also, directly from this Mahatma also. Have we progressed? So something else also should be there. He facilitated us to have the initiation from a highly evolved soul. But if you stop with that, no. It should be supported by so many things. It is only initiation. No? Initiate the process. We are just confined to that particular ritual. I have taken initiation. No. It is the starting point. Huh. Starting point, an illumined soul should give. Otherwise, how will you know that the starting point is there? So an illumined soul initiates the process of our moving towards it. That is how we take it. So then we come across so many hurdles. Again we try, again we try, again we try, again we try. When the prayer goes inside, if the prayer has to go inside, we should exhaust all our known resources. Utterly helpless. Surrender. We don't know the word surrender, but we can put the word surrender. I am helpless. And our surrender will not also sustain. After the second, third minute, we are back to me and mine. Hey! உடும்பு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி பிடிச்சிட்டு விட்டுறான்னு தோணும். That's why Papa said the me and mine. Remove the me and mine from me. These are all clear indication about the spiritual path. Not what we do outside as per somebody's instruction. Whether the hold of me and mine is loosening, it won't go easily. At least it loosens its grips. And then we have to pray intensely. Papa used the word cry, you know. Utter helpless. And he cried. The cry was heard. That was he said. The prayer was heard. It's a wonderful point you raised. Very good. Let it go deep into us and then enable us to find out our own path, which will hasten our journey. Hari Om. Shri Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om. Tomorrow initiation, 2 more people are in Hyderabad.
Yes, total.
So that is probably he made us to say something about initiation.